Okay, oh man, there's a few other
25 years to cover.
I'm telling you, Brent. I'm telling you. So, what was it I was wanting to ask? There was one question I wanted to ask. Why never no cuss words in the songs? You never have any cuss words in songs, but the live effect, you know.
I didn't used to really that much live either, because when I was a little kid, my dad took me and my brother to go see Skid Row and Bon Jovi for our first show, and it was awesome. Sebastian Bach came out, come on, motherfuckers, yeah! And we were like, yeah! But then when we got home, and we were kids, you know, I mean, I'm talking probably junior high, maybe even younger, 5th grade, something like that.
Right.
And our mom and, you know, and your parents or your grandparents or whatever, they wouldn't let you listen to certain songs because of the bad words. And I just so I always was like, metal music is so hard to get to people anyways, because it's not like it's on a platform to where it can reach out and get to everybody. It's not like a radio station will pick it up. So then if you drop an F-bomb or shit or a damn or whatever, you know, it's kind of limiting in a way to reaching the audience. So I was like, you know, we'll always just keep it real positive. And I also always think there's a more intellectual way to say what you're going to say in your lyrics. I really take pride in our lyrics, and I want to try and make them, you know, as witty and as creative and as fun and what represents us as possible. So it almost gives the kid a fighting chance. Like, yeah, Mom, I want to listen to this, and just to be really positive and to reach the masses. But live, of course, we live on the road. I'm like, everybody jump the fuck up. Come on, we're doing this shit, you know, and I cuss live. Because there's another part of the story where I also think that people shouldn't be allowed to edit your art like that. I mean, I love listening to swear words. If Eminem comes on and he's swearing, I think it's funny, and I actually get mad if I hear the edited version, you know, and right. I think it's weird because you don't ever go up to the Mona Lisa and be like, well, I don't really like how her right eye looks, so I'm going to put an eye patch on it. Like, to me, music is art, and it shouldn't be able to get butchered up and cut up by people, and it sucks that it is that way, but it's just our own personal preference. So I've never recorded a swear word on any of our albums. That way they're safe, clean for kids, they're safe for the radio, they're safe for, you know, anything, but live is a whole other ball game. We're gonna fucking rock.
Okay, so
thank you for noticing, though. It's just funny because a lot of people don't even notice. You know, I'll talk some funny talk, you know, in my own way, or make some inside jokes and stuff, but it just never found to record, you know.
Yeah, I've always been like, yo, why is this guy who's singing, you know, about like parents divorcing and not being pissed off and, you know, screaming obscenities, you know, about it, you know, and I'm just like, okay, so he's got an intellectual grammar. In his, he finds other words that, you know, won't piss off the FCC or whatever. Yeah, you already got it, and I don't want to give them permission to cut up our songs either, because then they're going to cut out something else. Yeah, like when you're trying to talk to your friend, and if somebody's to come up and just put their hand over your mouth, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't want them to cut our songs up. So, you're right, you got it right on the head, brother. Right. So, couple other questions. I'm sorry, I have all this written down. I know that HEMLOCK has toured the world. They've opened or toured with very famous bands like...
It's almost easier to name the ones we haven't toured with.
Yes, that's what I want to know. What do you... or who would you like to tour with? Because I know Slayer...
I mean, our list is pretty fun. We didn't actually tour with Megadeth, but we did like 4 shows on the part of the Mayhem Festival. And that's a big name, you know, that was cool. It's always fun to add names to the list, but we never got to actually open for Pantera, which is one of my all-time favorite metal bands. And we've never played with Metallica, but we've toured with Slayer 3 different times, and we've toured with Slipknot, we've toured System of a Down.
I mean, how are you...
Machine Head, Lamb of God, all of them. Hatebreed. Hatebreed actually opened for us in Vegas one year. It was awesome because we were killing it in Vegas, and I was like, no way, it's Hatebreed. And their manager and our dude got in touch, and they're like, well, numbers for numbers, it makes sense. And so I was like, it was right before Perseverance came out, and Hatebreed was drawing like 300 people a show in Vegas because they were from the East Coast and they were breaking out on the West Coast, and we were from there, you know, being our hometown. We were drawing like 1,000 people a show. So I said, all right, let's do this. Let's let Hatebreed make all the money because they're the ones on tour, and we'll headline and they could support us, you know, and then as long as they take us on tour with them, you know, for some shows, and they can take all the money from the show, whatever, I don't care about it. I just want to go on the road with them. So we had HEMLOCK headlined. Hatebreed went on right before us, and so Perseverance songs were written, but I don't think the album had dropped yet, or it just had. And you remember that band Slaves on Dope? They were on the show right before Hatebreed, Death by Stereo, and Curl Up and Die, and it was all 5 of us on a Tuesday night in Las Vegas at the House of Blues, and we headlined the whole thing. 1,200 people on a Tuesday night. It was amazing. So hot, so rad. And the dudes at Hatebreed took us out with them for 2.5 weeks, and that was one of the shows that we did at the Max Stack, matter of fact, full circle. Because we offered them the Vegas show, and they took us out on the road, and we played in Lubbock. We played in Wichita Falls, Texas at the Max Stack with Hatebreed. And we played in Albuquerque, Phoenix. I don't even remember all the places. Denver, I think. I think we did a couple in L.A. and San Diego. So it was cool because, you know, we had been really, really working hard to build up the Vegas scene, and we used it as a trade almost in a way, and we became really good friends with Hatebreed that way. And this is back in like 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Chimera had heard what we did, and they wanted to do the same thing, so we kind of hooked up, and we had them play with us and open for us on 2 different shows, and then they took us out with them for like, I think we went out with Chimera for a month. So we supported them in almost all the shows except for 2 of them where we headlined. It was cool.
Okay, yeah. I'm so glad you brought up the Chimera. Chimera.
We did the same thing with Odette also. They said
no. Hold on, Chad, wait. They stole your thing. Like, they really fucking did, bro. I watched the commentary on...
I'll tell you the quick version of it. It's funny. You're talking about the Wall of Death, I'm assuming, right?
HEMLOCK was the very first band that I saw do the Wall of Death. They did, and they even mentioned you in commentary.
That I knew of. And I got to give the real props. I saw the Vandals, the punk rock band. I saw the Vandals do it, and I was like, what the hell just happened? What the fuck's going on? I said, I have to do this at a metal show. This is crazy. This is at a punk rock show, and this is insanity. So we started so we kind of got the idea from the Vandals, which I love all kinds of music, punk, metal, rap, all of it, you know.
Right.
But I brought it into the metal world because I was like, this is exactly what metal shows need. And we started doing the Wall of Death at every single show. And we started touring and traveling, and everywhere we went, and people were like, no way. So I don't want to take credit for coming up with it, but we were definitely the gateway into the metal world for it.
Hell yeah,
and
you were.
Doing it on that Chimera tour. And it's funny because Mark from Chimera talks to me at one of the shows, and he's like, hey, dude, my band is kind of like, you know, wanting me to do more interaction with the crowd like you and this and that. And I was like, well, cool, I appreciate you. That's a compliment. And next tour, he had dreadlocks, and he was doing the Wall of Death and calling himself the Moses of Metal and just saying a bunch of the same stuff and doing it. And a few of our friends that are in bigger bands, I won't name names because I'm not trying to start a fight. It's just a funny story.
Right.
They called in bigger bands than us and Chimera put together. They were calling Chimera and be like, you fucking stole that from HEMLOCK. What's up with that? You know, he's like, no, dude, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. And but it's just funny because they went on Ozfest and did it, so they did it on a bigger scale, but we had done it on tour when we went out with Slayer, we had done it when we toured with Hatebreed, we had done it when we toured with Chimera. We did the Wall of Death all over. I mean, we did it when we went out with Testament. We did it all the time. So, and then after Chimera did it on that Ozfest, I started seeing a lot more bands doing it, Hatebreed and Lamb of God, and, you know, and then before I knew it, everybody was doing it. So we didn't make it up. I just was the gateway drug, I guess, if you want to consider it that.
No, but I'll always...
Chimera definitely bit it, and then they kind of spread the disease out. But overall, it's a fun thing to do at shows as long as people don't get hurt. And we did it when we were on tour with Slipknot, and that was another part of the funny story is it was HEMLOCK, and we got added to a few shows, and then Chimera was second, Fear Factory was third, and Slipknot was headlining. And we did it, but I hadn't seen Chimera in about a year and a half, and they people were giving them shit about it because they, we were known for it, especially in the metal community. And I did it. Wall of Death, huge in Phoenix, Arizona. There was like 3,000 people in this Wall of Death. It was awesome. And then Chimera went up next, and I was like, oh, we'll see what happens. And then Mark got up on stage, and he said something about, let's show the imposters how to do it. I was like, hold up a second. So I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I went out back and I talked with Mark, and I'm not a badass. I didn't want to fucking start a fight, but I went up there and I was like, dude, don't ever disrespect on stage, and you get it from us. And it was just a funny story, and he's like, just don't look that, bro, and he kept looking at the ground, and just like, all the dudes in Slipknot were standing right there doing their stretches, wearing their costumes and stuff. I said, I'm not trying to be a badass. I said, but don't disrespect on stage. You bit it. And he's like, it's cool, bro, it's cool. It wasn't like that. When you just get up on stage and you say stuff you don't really mean. And I'm like, no, I always mean what I say on stage. So he kind of apologized. I said, it's all good. Just take us on tour with you again. And they never took us on tour with them again after that. But it sucks because I love Chimera. They're an awesome band, and they were all our same age. When we were on tour with them, I'd go buy Star Wars dudes for them for their birthdays and stuff because we just all had a lot of common things, but then after that, they just kind of blew up for a hot minute, and then unfortunately they broke up, and now they still do some highlight gigs for the holidays and stuff like that. I wish they'd come back, and I wish we'd go on tour with them again. We'll both do the Wall of Death together. I don't give a fuck. Just want to rock.
Hell yeah. I mean, I love Chimera, but when I saw that whole thing on their DVD, and
what's funny is if you watch it on the commentary, they actually talk about HEMLOCK in the background. You can hear it.
I do, but they mention it way later, and I'm sitting there watching.
Mark did get a lot of grief from a lot of people about it, and I just was like, it's not that big of a deal. I didn't make it up. Overall, the Vandals need to get the credit, But you hear like Mark kind of squirming, like, oh, well, yeah. And then I think it was Matt, maybe Andals, because both of those dudes. Rob was always super cool too. And you hear one of them like, well, we got to give HEMLOCK props. And I was like, all right, good. At least one of them are being nice about it,
In the metal world,
yeah,
I think, in my personal opinion, you guys started that whole thing with Inside the Pit because, man, I mean, what was it? You would do... Oh, shit. What song was it that you guys...
We did it to a few different songs, but we used to do it to Conniption Fit. We did it to Weak Man Suicide for a while. I think we did it to Upstairs Interior, one of the old jams. Well, but yeah, we did it for years and years and years.
It was Conniption Fit. It was Conniption Fit that I remember from back in the
we used to extend the intro and do the countdown, and it was just always madness.
I mean,
it's fun because so many people have good memories about you just kind of look across and you see your friend and you kind of like start stomping your foot, like you're going to charge and go for it. But it was always fun, cool stuff.
But yeah, I mean, in the punk world, Vandals, cool, 100%. But in the metal world, I'm thinking you guys are the original. Yes. Yes.
So, I appreciate the props, brother.
Hey, truth lies where it is bare. So, my last question, and I'll let you go so you can go, because you're playing tonight, right?
Yeah. Actually, I just heard Skinhook fire up. Dude, our bros from Wichita Falls, they just started, so after this last question, I'm going to go in and bang some heads. Maybe I'll do the Wall of Death for them.
Hell yeah. So,
and then Trigger the Dead, I think Trigger the Dead.
That's old Sick Bag members right there, brother.
Yeah, those guys are rad. And then our friend from Compton, California, Sevedemic, he's been on the whole tour with us, and he's killing it, doing great.
He's a rapper, right? He's a rapper.
It's actually kind of almost if you were to take Marilyn Manson meets Tech Nine, or like Korn and Outcast, or I don't know, something like that.
Damn, I wish I could make it out.